left field, grand slam, home run. Look at this play, folks. And he stutters step walking infield. How was that fast? Touchdown. Gets down the sideline.
A little bit about my sports here. So I think we should do first where I was right and where I was wrong. I think that would be the best thing for me to do right now. So we'll go over here to, this is my picks from last week, where I was right and where I was wrong. Okay, let's go. I'm going to pick this bad boy up a little bit so I can do that. That work out better? There we go. I like that better. No square. Sweet. So here, first on the board, Bills and Rams. Bills mauled the Rams, which I knew was happening. This is going to be an MVP year for Josh Allen. 26 for 31, 297 yards, 3 touchdowns, plus a rushing touchdown. That is really good. Very, very good. Where I was wrong, I thought the Falcons were going to beat the Saints. Somehow the Saints found a way to win. Jameis Winston went 23 for 34. 269 yards. He usually throws a lot. He has a big arm, but he usually comes and goes with his accuracy. But man, come on, Falcons, win a game. And then the 49ers. I predicted the 49ers to win, but it went exactly like I said it would go. They both were throwing picks. Trey Lance threw a pick. What's his name? Justin Field threw a pick, threw 2 touchdowns. It was raining and pouring. I thought the 49ers would eventually be able to pull it out with their defense, but I think the rain really slowed the game down a little bit. And but man, they were showing Jimmy Garoppolo on the sideline. I was like, bring this guy in. We're ready for Jimmy. Right? The Steelers and Bengals. I thought the Bengals were going to win. I don't know what happened to the Bengals. Joe Burrows went 33 for 53, 338 yards, 2 touchdowns. They seem to do everything right. Maybe just the defense was struggling a little bit there, but man, that's not a good one. Eagles over the Lions. These are going to be my champion team right there. I think the Eagles are going to make it to the championship game. I'm a big Jalen Hurts fan. Jalen Hurts went 18 for 32. Yes, I was right there. Poor Lions. They're going to probably hopefully win next week. Patriots. Who are the Patriots, man? Talk about a fall apart. Mac Jones is not the guy, I don't think, over there. Dolphins somehow found a way to win. Tua, 23 for 33. I always say completion ratio is a big deal. 1 touchdown. Tyreek Hill got 8 receptions for 94 yards. Didn't score a touchdown, but still looking good. So I missed that game. I thought the Patriots were going to win. Ravens over the Jets. That's easy. Joe Flacco threw 59 throws, 307 yards, only 1 touchdown. He went 37 for 59. That's not a bad completion ratio. Probably close to about 70%, 71, 68. But man, how do you figure out a way to lose? The Ravens kicked their butt 24-9. I was right on that one. I thought the Ravens would win. I thought the Jaguars were going to come out with their quarterback, second-year quarterback, make a difference. He did halfway decent this year. I think he's really going to pick up time. The young kid in Jacksonville, and somehow the Commanders won 28-22. I was wrong on that one. Another one, Browns and Panthers. Man, Baker Mayfield had a touchdown and a pick, I believe. 16 for 27. Somehow the Browns found a way to win. I can't believe it. I guess it was Chubb. Ran the ball pretty good. 22 carries for 141 yards. The Panthers just find a way to lose. Sometimes it happens. Here's the other game. Colts and Texans. I stated, no one cares. They tied. Guess what? No one cares. You know what I mean? This whole game was a loss for everybody. I said that. If somebody watched that game and ended up in a tie, man, we both lost on that one. So I was right on that one. Giants over the Titans. I missed on that one. I thought the Titans would win. Somehow the Giants pulled out a win. The Giants got Barkley back there. He ran 18 carries for 164 yards. That's pretty impressive. It was basically a battle of running backs, I imagine. But I don't know if even I don't think their starting running back was playing. Here's another game I called pretty good. Vikings over Green Bay. I knew this would happen. back to the Aaron Rodgers, he's immune to that. He can only play beer pong with dirty balls. But
I'm not even supposed to be here today.
so like he was
Go away, Peyton.
and that's what he was telling everybody. So yeah, I knew this was going to happen. Kirk Cousins has been disrespected in the background for many years. This is going to be one of those years where he's going to take it really close and get towards the end. If not, be close. He's going to get as close to the Super Bowl as anybody else this year. I think a couple of teams I really believe in. Here's a game I predicted: 2 Chiefs over the Cardinals. Patrick Mahomes went 30 for 39. This is one of the best completion games he's ever had in his career. So I've said this for a while. He threw 5 touchdowns. That has a lot to do with Arizona, I believe. Arizona, we're having problems. You're going to see when they come out with the Hard Knocks Arizona. I think it's a dysfunctional group. I think it has a lot to do with the coaching, also the ownership. I think it always goes back to when they had like Kurt Warner and Larry Fitzgerald. They had this great wide receiver, and it kind of like he was almost lost on that team. It really sucked. But yeah, the Chiefs put a whooping on Arizona. I think Arizona is not going to make the playoffs this year. Raiders lost to Chargers, found a way. Derek Carr was close, but this couple of missed throws and then sacks and fumbles, and the offensive line's got to protect Derek Carr a little bit. But the Chargers are one great team. They got their first win of the year. That was a close one. I really like that one. Buccaneers over the Cowboys. They are who said they are. The Cowboys are not very good. And somehow even Tom Brady didn't look that great at first. He went 18 for 27, 212 yards. But Leonard Fournette got 127 yards rushing. The Cowboys lose their quarterback with a hand injury. The backup quarterback, Cooper Rush, or his name, but he looked halfway decent. But yeah, that was a disaster. Sometimes it was a Sunday night game and it was 19-3. It was like basically they put it on TV for the world to see. Look, the Cowboys suck. I say that too every time I talk about Texas. Cowboys suck, first of all. And then also right here we got Broncos over Seahawks. I thought the Broncos would beat the Seahawks, but the Seahawks found a way to win. That might be the worst Russell Wilson performance I've ever seen. 29 for 42, so he actually got a good completion ratio, but it just seemed like he made all the wrong decisions out there. It was just like over and over again. They got delay of game. They're trying to call. Who's calling the offense? I think the problem is Russell Wilson wants to call the plays, but the play callers can't get the plays in soon enough to him, so things aren't working out that great. It was a disaster to watch, and somehow Seattle pulls it off by 1 point with a field goal. In the second half, man, the whole second half of that game, 3 points. The second half of the whole game, 3 points. A field goal in the fourth quarter by the Broncos. What a terrible game, right? Man, I can't believe it. Sometimes this game is just overall trash. So that was last week's picks. So I didn't do that bad. Let me see here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 right out of 16. So I went over 50%. Got 9 right. And hopefully here for week 2, I'm going to do a little bit better. So Thursday night's game is going to be the Chargers versus Kansas City. Man, the Chargers are going to keep on rolling. I think this will be a big game with the defense. I think Chargers didn't face a good defense in Arizona, and I think the Chargers are going to put it on Kansas City. There's going to be 2 picks. Patrick Mahomes will be running for his life. Of course, he's going to make one of those athletic, spectacular throws, and people are like, look what he did, but it's Andy Reid. It's not him. Cleveland against the Jets. Come on. Somehow the Cleveland is going to go 2-0 without their starting quarterbacks. This is going to be wild, but the Jets are terrible. Detroit's going to get their first win in 2 years when they go against Washington at home. Detroit's going to be at home and get their first win of the year. This is going to be a game to watch. Hopefully this is on TV. I think the whole NFL world is going to be excited about this. One, people are upset that Washington changed their name, right? But then also people are rooting for Detroit to get that W, right? So, Then Tampa Bay going to go into New Orleans. It's going to be a tight game. Tampa Bay better have their defense ready, but I think Tampa Bay is going to beat New Orleans in that one. Carolina goes into New York. I think Carolina's going to get their first win. Baker Mayfield is going to go on some AstroTurf over there in New York, and I think he's going to really pill this one out. New England into Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's going to get a win on this game. New England is going to be a disaster. They're going to try to figure out what the quarterback. I wouldn't be surprised if New England tries to bring Jimmy Garoppolo back. Wouldn't that be wild? But I keep saying 49ers are going to have Jimmy Garoppolo by week 6 because they didn't look good with Trey Lance. But if they can get a really good profit, they can wash both those guys off their hand, get an opportunity for a draft pick because there are better quarterbacks coming out, and get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo so they don't have to deal with the guilt of how they messed up. And then if it goes to New England and win, they'll say, well, New England's got a great coach. It's not really Jimmy, right? That's what they'll say. So anyways, I'm saying that Pittsburgh's going to win. Indianapolis into Jacksonville. Jacksonville's going to finally get their win. I think the quarterback is finally going to start. Man, his name is Trevor Lawrence is really going to pick it up. I think Trevor Lawrence is now with the coaching situation he's in, it feels less like a college situation. I think he was like, sweet, I'm going to leave college and go pro. This will be great. And then he goes pro and he gets a college coach. He's like, fuck, man, I'm trying to do a pro situation. You give me a college coach? It's some BS. So, yeah, Jacksonville there. Miami's going to go to Baltimore. Baltimore's going to win that game by a landslide in Baltimore. Atlanta is going to go into L.A. Matt Stafford's not going to lose 2 in a row. Okay, that team is not going to lose 2 in a row. I don't think the LA Rams have lost 2 in a row in a while. I might be wrong by that. Seattle into San Francisco. San Francisco's defense is too strong. I think this is going to be the big game. It's going to change it up. I think it's going to be all defense still, but we're going to be in San Francisco, so I bet they're going to do less throwing and a lot more running with Trey Lance. But we're going to win it with defense. I think it's going to be a turnover and a pick 6. That's going to be the decider, and we're going to kick a few field goals on that. Granted, Trey Lance will do his thing he does where he finally hits a bomb. It despises me when I see quarterbacks hit a Hail Mary. They're like, look how good he is. Like, no, he missed every short throw, and then he threw a Hail Mary. You know, that's not football, bro. Cincinnati into Dallas. Dallas is not going to win with a backup quarterback. That's going to be a blowout. Cincinnati, Joe Burrows is going to be upset. He's going to go and take it down to Dallas. Houston and Denver. Denver's going to finally get their win. Russell Wilson is going to try to figure it out at home. Houston is nobody. Houston is just if you ever do After Effects on your computer with Adobe that says placeholder. That's what Houston is this year. They're a placeholder for another team. Arizona's going to go into Las Vegas. Derek Carr and those guys are going to put it together. It was just game 1, they were looking good, but the more and more they play, it's going to get better and better and better. So I'm thinking Las Vegas is going to take their first win of the year at home. Chicago is going to beat Green Bay. I don't think Justin Fields is the guy, but Green Bay is falling apart. And I think there's just too much, and he's a little bit older, and the younger guys don't see him in the same light as he sees himself. Granted, they see he's a guru, he's smart, but the other things, fuck this guy. You know what I mean? So they want someone who's in it like them, and instead of just getting yelled at, they think, okay, yeah, he's dedicated, kind of, but he was playing beer pong with the vaccine, so don't even care about that, you know? Monday night, is this true? We get 2 games, Tennessee into Buffalo and Minnesota into Philadelphia. So like I said, Josh Allen is going to be the MVP this year for sure. Jimmy Garoppolo, comeback player of the year. Tennessee is going to go into Buffalo, and Josh Allen is going to have 2 rushing touchdowns, 3 passing touchdowns. This is going to be a great game, and they're going to really pile on and beat Tennessee, and that's going to be their first home game of the year, so you know they're going to be feeling it. The Bills Mafia is going to go to town, and then Minnesota is going to Philadelphia, and is this going to be Philadelphia's first home game? Yep, so this is going to be Philadelphia's first home game also, so I'm going for both home teams. Minnesota is going to look good, and this is going to be a battle. I wouldn't doubt this game goes 41-45. I think Kirk Cousins, if I'm putting it, Philadelphia's going to win. That's my prediction. Not by a landslide. They're going to barely win. I think it's be 41-45 or something like that. But if Minnesota has the ball at the end of the game, I'm going to think Minnesota's going to win with Kirk Cousins. Because I'm not too sure. I don't know if Kirk Cousins has ever won a Monday night football game. Is there a Sunday night or a Monday night game? Kirk Cousins is 0 for 20. But I'm saying Philadelphia and Buffalo in both these games. But I'm saying if they have the ball in the last minute and they're down by points, and then they're going to give it to Kirk Cousins, go down the field, I think he will be successful. Yeah, so that's that. And in baseball, man, Aaron Judge. American hero, man. That guy's amazing. Should have put that video up. I think I just deleted that, right? Let's see here. I'll get all that over here. Aaron Rodgers, he got immunized. You know that? So Aaron Judge yesterday, he hit 56 and 57. Yeah. So Yankees won a game yesterday. Aaron Judge, say Aaron Rodgers? No, Aaron Judge, he hit 2 home runs in one game, 56 and 57. Here we go. Sweet. So I'm going to take it over here to let's get all of them. So this is 56. Boom.
High fly ball, deep left
Down by
field.
1 in Boston.
There it goes. See ya.
Out of here
Number
to Seattle.
57.
Look at that. That was number 57,
Aaron
huh?
Judge, 4 away from Roger Maris.
4 away from Roger Maris. That is quite impressive. Look at this guy. This is the second of the day. You gotta see, one of the best ever. And from Fresno. I don't know if we said that enough on this show, but we support our local guy, Aaron Rodgers from Fresno. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, he's 4 home runs shy of Roger Maris for the American League single seed record for home runs. That was 2 home runs. And like that was, I read something the other day. It's 10th multi-homer game of the year, tied for 3rd most in the season in Major League history. I think Sammy Sosa and this other guy have it ahead of him. So if he, which he probably will, have 2 more games with 2 home runs or more, he will be the leader of that too. There's so many categories that he's leading, but he eventually they won that game in 7-6, 10-inning win over the Boston Red Sox. Right there. So that was top of the 8th. But yeah, quite impressive Aaron Judge.
Long drive left field.